It's week 6 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. He was perfect for them a week ago, getting a pair of touchdowns and some massive yardage. It's the Vikings and the Dolphins. All that and more coming up next.
From beautiful South Florida, here's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Miami Dolphins. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our two quarterbacks in this one, it's really a good matchup when you boil it down.
And Brandon, I think each one might be trying to play some form of keep away from the other, because when you think about time of possession and what that means in a game, it's great if you're able to hold on to the football and run your offense at your pace. And it also helps to keep the other guy's offense on the sideline. That's your goal for the game.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Bringing him out is the rookie, a 7th-round pick out of Kansas State, Skylar Thompson.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Thompson fakes a handoff, now going to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early 2nd down and long. First carry for Raheem Mostert. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long, Thompson. Forced out to his left. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taking on the midfield logo. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is back for his 5th year as Minnesota's starter, tied for the longest streak of stability the team has had at quarterback since, get this, Fran Tarkenton in the late 1970s. He's been excellent during that time, making a 2nd Pro Bowl last season after 4,200 yards and 33 touchdowns through the air. The Vikings, though, still hovering right around 500 at the 8-win mark, hoping to see him lead a talented roster back to the postseason.
They go play action. Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 34. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Chances are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in his opening drive, and they're looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. To throw, Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He's got it at the 10. And he gets in. No one was expecting a fake there, but they add two more onto their lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They'll be searching to dent the scoreboard for the first time. Now down 8-0 as they begin with a 1st and 10. Thompson on 1st and 10. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. To throw again on second down. Thompson. And this is incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield. And almost
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Again, it's Cousins. Wide open receiver, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. K.J. Osborne, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. First down, Thompson. Keeps himself upright, and that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So we have come to halftime and what's already a message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here are the Vikings to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bears, and they lead things here as well as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. Starting the third quarter with Cook. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Big Raekwon Davis, the man fighting in for that sack. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. And from their own end zone, it's a fake.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And oh, we've seen it all now. It's a fake. And this is caught. I'm at a bit of a loss for words on exactly what happened there, but I guess you can't argue with the results. Fake punt, even though it wasn't 4th down, and it picks up a 1st. Cousins on 1st down. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
Cousins throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So just 3 points there, but that important in the grand scheme of things because it's now a 3-score lead.
And to now, the other guys haven't shown that they can do anything offensively, so just take the points, keep adding that cushion, and let your defense win you the football game.
Joseph now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now it's Thompson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Harrison Smith on the cover.
3rd and long, Thompson. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
Mostert trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. On 2nd and goal, Thompson.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working up. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Cedric Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field.
So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the drive there took 6 plays. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Joseph's got it.
And that will extend their lead even further. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Joseph now to kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Miami set to take over.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the 2 of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Trying to get on 2nd down. It's Thompson.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
Shotgun on 3rd down. Here's Thompson.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Thompson, desperation time.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. First down, here's the run with Cook. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
He stepped out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They run the counter with Cook. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Vikings!
So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the 4th quarter. And whether they got that bonus touchdown or not, it's been a pretty impressive performance.
And they did it with not much time left. But they took what little time was on the clock and used it well, didn't they? Put a real exclamation point on their win with that score.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile, we do have an injured player.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time.
And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead is down to 20. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cousins here to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So it's a win for the Vikings, and it was Kirk Cousins, the veteran, who really led the way.
Yeah, the numbers don't jump off the page, but he was a steady influence back there. He had a couple of touchdown passes on the afternoon. His guys rallied around him, and they're going to come away victorious.
So for the Vikings, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Miami, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.